it turns out my husband's a stalker too, so I think I have a thing for them.
The first time Brad Paisley saw his future wife, she was getting married to another guy. Brad was watching a movie, and Kimberly Williams was starring as the bride.
He woke up one day and decided he wanted to call me.
Eventually, they met in real life. This is the real truth about their love story. The craziest thing about Brad and Kimberly's relationship is Brad took a date to see Father of the Bride. That's the movie Kimberly was starring in as the bride. Brad and his date weren't meant to be, and a couple of years later, Brad did something a bit twisted. He went back to a movie theater, and Brad watched Father of the Bride Part 2 all by himself.
Hi.
Years later, Brad was interviewed by Good Housekeeping. He told his side of the story about hatching a plan to meet Kimberly. In the interview, Brad said, "I thought she seems like a great girl." Even though Kimberly was just acting, Brad thought she was smart and funny. And as he told Good Housekeeping, Kimberly was all those things that are so hard to find. Brad had such a big crush on Kimberly at that time. He even put an Easter egg in a song about her. Did you know Brad's song Part 2 is actually a reference to him watching Father of the Bride Part 2?
All because two people fell in love.
But Brad needed more than just Kimberly's movies. Writing songs about her wasn't enough either. Brad was not embarrassed for Kimberly to find out that she inspired one of his love songs. Brad also needed an excuse. His people got in touch with her people, and Brad invited Kimberly to star in one of his music videos. This is really cool because we can watch the moment that Brad met Kimberly, preserved on video forever. The twisted thing is, I'm Gonna Miss Her is a funny song about a guy who's choosing fishing over his girlfriend. The video is hilarious, and Brad and Kimberly shared a real connection. But there was one problem. Although Brad claimed it felt natural to ask Kimberly to star in his music video so he could meet her because he had a crush on her, Brad realized that Kimberly might be married in real life. Thankfully, Kimberly set the record straight. She accepted the role in Brad's music video, and she also told him she was single. Brad and Kimberly began dating after they shot the video for I'm Gonna Miss Her. That's when Brad's crush on Kimberly became more. Shockingly, Brad decided right away that he was serious about Kimberly. He told Good Housekeeping, "I really said to myself, this time I'm not going to play games." Brad also admitted something you might not believe. He said, "I'm not going to pretend I'm somebody else or do things I won't be proud of later." So Kimberly was getting the real Brad, and luckily for them both, Brad and Kimberly fell hard for each other. Kimberly was living and working in Hollywood. Brad often came to see her when they were dating. They took a walk on Venice Beach one night. That's the first time Brad told Kimberly, "I love you." Just 6 months later, Brad and Kimberly were walking in the same area, but this time Brad had a plan. He proposed to Kimberly at the same place where he first said "I love you." Although there was something weird about Brad's proposal, later Kimberly recalled the crazy thing about that night. She said with a laugh, he proposed right in front of the public toilets. Brad also joked about his crazy proposal, and he admitted to people that he surprised Kimberly when he popped the question. Brad told people that he and Kimberly were completely alone in Venice Beach, Los Angeles. Brad also said nobody could really see us. Brad said that was like a safety net for him in case Kimberly took off running down the pier to escape his proposal. Why would Brad think that Kimberly would run away from his proposal? Shockingly, Brad might have been thinking about the woman who he loved before he met Kimberly, Brad and Shelly Wright. Did you know that Brad wanted to marry Shelly Wright years ago? Brad fell for Shelly before he knew who Kimberly was. Shelly is a country star who enjoyed massive popularity when Brad's star was also rising in country music. Shockingly, they were even considered the it couple in new country music once. They dated for around a year before Shelly broke Brad's heart. Shelly and Brad sang a duet when they were together. They even performed the song together at the Grand Ole Opry. This song had a shocking title, and for Brad and Shelly, this song was like the real truth. Their song was called Hard to Be a Husband, Hard to Be a Wife. It turns out that Shelly was hiding a shocking secret. It was so unbelievable, Shelly broke up with Brad without telling him why. She knew she was breaking Brad's heart, and Shelly gave her side of the story to Entertainment Weekly. Shelly admitted, "Brad is a really good person. I feel like Brad respects me." She also confessed, "I don't know if he ever hated me at some point. If he did, I wouldn't blame him." After they did break up, Shelly was seen as the bad guy. It took years for Shelly to find the courage to admit her real truth. And shockingly, Shelly is still battling prejudice in country music today because she finally confessed who she really is. In an unbelievable interview with Oprah Winfrey, Shelly revealed revealed that she'd known deep down inside when she was growing up in Kansas, Shelly told Oprah, "I prayed every day for God to change me." Her prayers remain unanswered. Shelly knew that telling the truth might seriously damage her country music career, but it got to the point that Shelly couldn't deny it any longer. She released a memoir called Like Me, Confessions of a Heartland Country Singer. In that book, Shelly confessed it all. As Shelly explained to Oprah, she's always known she is gay, and she knew she had to hide it to be successful in conservative country music. Shockingly, Shelly admitted she'd been dating a woman when Brad first asked her out. Shelly and her girlfriend had been dating on and off for over 12 years. Shelly liked Brad and they obviously had a lot in common, but as she told Oprah, "When you want to be with someone else, it's wrong. I wronged him." Shelly also spoke with CMT. Sadly, Shelly revealed her biggest regret. She told CMT, "At the time, I caused incredible hurt and pain to Brad." Shelly also revealed how much she regretted breaking Brad's heart. She called it one of the greatest regrets of her life. Shelly felt a deep need to write it all down. Hopefully, Brad understands it all now, although Brad's heartbreak also got him to his greatest love, Kimberly. For the 12th wedding anniversary in 2015, Kimberly and Brad planned something special. Kimberly revealed what they did when she was speaking to reporters at an event in Beverly Hills. Brad and Kimberly held a wedding vow renewal ceremony at a friend's house. Kimberly told reporters it was awesome, but Kimberly said it was campy too. She revealed that she wore a wedding dress for her renewal ceremony, but Kimberly also did something a little cheeky. She was laughing about it when she told reporters, "You could see my pink panties under the wedding dress." Kimberly and Brad have 2 sons, and she joked that she had to choose between Spanx and pink panties for her vow renewal. Pink panties might sound racy, and Kimberly made a shocking confession. She revealed what happened the night that she and Brad renewed their vows. It probably isn't what you think because Kimberly confessed. "We're parents now, so the night ended with a nice bedtime story." That's actually a great ending to the love story of Brad and Kimberly. Did you know Brad had a crush on his wife before he met her? Do you remember when Brad dated Shelly? And do you know why Shelly had to break Brad's heart? Let me know in the comments below.